Hey everybody, I have here another LEGO Speed Champions car. This one is the Chevy Camaro ZL1 race car. Now this is based directly upon the 2018 plus Chevy Camaro ZL1 race car body design that was introduced to the top rung of NASCAR racing in America as a replacement for the Chevy SS body that had been used previously. And more specific than that, this represents the very car that was used to announce that body style change. So on the box they actually show you the exact car that it's intended to represent, and there are a billion more pictures of this car available online if you want to check it out and compare it. As is usual for Speed Champions cars, and particularly race liveried ones, this does have quite some reliance on stickers, to the point of even having two sticker sheets included in the set. One that is white backed with mostly the blue colored stickers, and then one that is clear backed for the stickers used for the windscreen, and that includes the front one, the sunshade, and then the window netting here on the left, and there's also a window sticker on the other side as well to show a little bit of the ducting. Something that is special here is the inclusion of the new for 2019 wheel insert for high-profile tires, and here they've done the exclusive Chevy Camaro print on those, so you get a full set of 4 of these. This is all just hard plastic, just fits into a standard Speed Champions wheel, just inserts like all the rest have done in the past, and most of the other details on this are stickers except for that right there. They needed that Chevrolet word right there to be just larger than could be possible with a sticker on a small piece, and also just from the construction here they ended up needing to do it as a print. If they could have done that as a sticker, I'm sure they would have. But as you come around to the back, you can see that there is building on the side with studs up facing towards you right now, and also upside down building for the underside of it and the diffuser area of it. And just following along with the actual design of the cars and how they're engineered in real life, you have the exhaust on one side, so there are the exhaust tips, the outlets, and that takes you around the entire thing. Looking at it from a higher angle, you can see even more of the stickers, especially the ones used on the hood and around the hood. It's 5 different stickers on 5 different pieces there. And there's also a sticker on the roof. That one shows the number 5 compared to the actual car, which was number 8. I don't know what the difference is, but this one also is marked for 2019, whereas the car was actually unveiled in 2017 as a 2018 racing model. And finally, there are 2 more stickers here on basically in the tops of the C-pillars, to give you a little bit more of the suggestion of the back window to widen that up. The interior of this car is unique in the line, in that it has an actual roll cage there, or a bit of a roll cage, a bit of safety mechanism in there. You could see it as part of the Hans device if you want to, because of the way that it actually fits around the driver's head, like so. Goes on both sides. Just a little something extra, a little bit different. There is a steering wheel way down in there, and when you put this on, put the windscreen back on, everything just squeezes in there. It's a little bit tightly packed. Sorry about the focus, there we go. But it does work. It definitely does work. Notice also, looking through the back window, they've got a bar that's lined up with the stickers there pretty well to show just a continuity of, the visibility of the roll cage elements, looking through the windows. With the driver figure, perhaps there's not all that much to see here because the torso print is fairly simple, and that's the only thing that's printed on there. I mean, beyond the face, of course. It has a print around the back with the Chevy Racing logo on it, and the head does only have one single face. The tool, the combination wrench and pry bar there, is always included with these Speed Champion sets to help you to remove the wheel covers. You stick it through the hole in the center of the hub from the inside if you ever want to change that out. For a side build in this set, they include a high-pressure fueling canister, which is designed to look like the ones that are used in the pits at NASCAR. And as a side build, it is definitely something very appropriate to this set. The fuel sticker there is also on the clear-backed sticker sheet. Looks like it trapped some air under there strangely. I know that wasn't there previously, but the stickers are pretty much the standard quality. It's a simple build, but again, it's very appropriate for this set. In terms of value, the price to part ratio on this set is a little bit better than the average for Speed Champion's individual car sets by virtue of the high part count here. There are a lot of particularly small pieces in here, so you don't end up with a vehicle that's larger than standard or anything. But in the end, looking at value on a more subjective basis, I mean, it's a car, and it's a pretty good-looking car. So to me, its value is right there with any of the other ones that they've done up to now. The build on this one is no McLaren Senna, but it is pretty cool. And just looking at this more from a subjective perspective, I think that's a fantastic looking little car. As soon as I look at it, it definitely says Chevy. Maybe at first glance I would think Corvette a little bit if I didn't, if it didn't say Camaro. Just imagine this without most of the stickers, without the ZL1 there and everything. Just looking at the overall shapes, this down the center to me kind of says Corvette, but overall it definitely looks like a Camaro. It definitely looks like this car. I think this particular image that they chose, this photo that they chose, is not a great representation for this model, because from other angles it looks better, and at different focal lengths I think it looks closer. This looks closer to this, or vice versa. So I'm super happy with this. These wheel inserts are great. I want to get more and more and more of these. I want these to become more available. They do great things to the line. I think it's just a great addition, a very good new mold. If anybody wants to see this relative to the last Camaro that they did, the street car, that can be arranged. The builds are very different between these two. Very different. And, obviously some of the lines have been preserved as they should be, especially back towards the haunches. But, I mean, the front ends are done completely differently. You do have studs exposed on both, which I think is fine. They are Lego models. They're not static plastic, glue together models. I'm okay with that where it needs to be. The front end of this one is just so much more rounded, as the newer cars are, but some of that's going to be subjective, but I think this is just a better looking front end. And of course, this is based on the NASCAR car, which is based on, or is derived from a standardized template. So it's not as unique as the street car, but I think this looks more like the source material than this did, even though they're different generations of cars and different specific trims and all that. Still, nice little progression, I think, forward, going from here to here. The only thing that I wish was a little bit better in this set is just the print on the torso, or the print on the minifig in general. It just, to me, strikes me as particularly plain, especially compared to the vinyl scheme on this one, because this has a lot of graphic details and this has very little. I think maybe they could have put some fake sponsorships in there. Oftentimes that comes down to business deals. You've got Lego having to work with multiple teams probably to get approvals on this one, but that is what it is, and it's just a small thing with print on the figure. It's actually more usable this way in more different scenarios. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a very good one. If you like what it looks like, you will definitely enjoy the build, I believe. And of course, you can see the build video for this one on my build channel. The most convenient link to it will be right after the end of, or right at the end of the review. You can check that out. I'll be doing more builds over there before the reviews. And then here are the pieces left over from that build, just the spares. Nothing particularly interesting to see here, except that's hollow and that's a short version of a bar, but they give you a couple extra stickers. I don't know if that was because they were expecting people to get air under these clear-backed stickers and to want to redo some stuff, or if it was just because they were forced to have some extra space left over on a rectangular sticker sheet because of just the shapes of the stickers they needed to do here. One for the fuel can, and they just had some extra space, so they put a couple extras on there. I don't know why, but there you go. And that's it for this review. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.